We are back. Thank you for waiting. My name is Lawrence Cavalier Guest. Vox Nihili moved forward in the day two of the qualifiers rather swiftly, so we're gonna follow Make North America Great Again, going up against Senix eSports. Excited to see these guys in action. The winner of this set will go on to play Vox Nihili, so we'll see more of them before long. But the draft is already underway, as you can see. These guys are wasting no time. I'm not sure if they've already gotten a game in or not. It's not saying it on the bracket. But Towers of Doom, I'm excited to see this one.
Indeed, Towers of Doom. And Zagara not making it through, although the first banned, actually, by Make North America Great Again. And Senix responding with the false headband, denying the global. Globals are especially good on Towers of Doom because of the way they allow you to have temporary dominance on the triple altar phase. You can cap one, fly down, and even if the enemy team sends one person to cap their altar, if they don't have the global, you have a brief window of 8 to 10 seconds where you have a numerical advantage in a fight. Often, if you can secure both triple altar phases with 2 altars, you'll end up enough ahead that close late game team fights will allow you to trade and win the game. And Senix locking in Ariel ETC and Make North America Great Again, responding by taking the Brightwing. We have seen Brightwing Ariel paired together quite a lot. And I imagine we're going to see a Lunara ban off of that as well to really limit Ariel's potential synergies. But Cho'Gall is still available, and Towers of Doom is considered one of Cho'Gall's stronger maps. Any map where you can do a 4-man rotation is considered a good map for Cho'Gall because you don't have to worry about as much about being a body down in terms of controlling the lanes.
Yeah, those like destination specific maps, I feel you can much more easily get away with having Cho'Gall. That's definitely something. If I'm a member of Make North America Great Again, I'm heavily considering the Cho ban going into the second ban phase. Li Ming, Brightwing, Johanna, the trio so far for the members of Make North America Great Again. Not too shabby. They offer themselves some global presence. Li Ming has a good amount of poke. If you haven't heard, Kappa. Johanna's not too shabby on wave clear. If they go for Knight Takes Pawn, we haven't seen the Knight Takes Pawn Johanna yet today. Never thought I'd be saying that one.
Maybe everyone thought that the patch had already gone live. they just missed it. Missed it. Senix thinking a long time about this ban. If they ban something like Leoric or Tychus, they're going to give away the game, right? If their plan is to go Cho'Gall, but they could just be looking for that Lunara. They could be. There's so many synergies that Ariel has that it's hard if you pick her up early for the new team to be like, are they doing this? Are they doing this? What are they doing? They're banning out Greymane. One thing we have not seen that I think teams should experiment with a little bit, even though it is a skill shot, is Marked for the Kill. Marked for the Kill on a 40-second cooldown actually allows you to shred a tank instantaneously. ETC does not have the highest health pool. He has limited survivability tools when it comes to comparing him to other warriors. So if Make North America Great Again tried to do that, poly into Marked for the Kill, they could actually kill the tank relatively easily if Li Ming combo landed. And it's easy to hit a Li Ming combo on a polymorph target, usually. But I don't think that's what Senix was thinking, but I think teams should experiment with it more. It's actually had some interesting scrim results for some teams. I'm not going to say who.
Hey, Cavalier, I'm feeling such vindication at this moment because when the latest Marked for the Kill changes came through, I was like, it might be a thing now. I've been trying to push this heroic for a while. Yeah, you haven't seen it too much though. Going up against a hero specifically like ETC, power slides in, you put that Marked for the Kill on him. He either stays there and gets melted, or he has to back away, and then you just jump on the back line and do all that. I think we should see more of it. Tyrio's gonna get banned. Senix, if they're going for Cho'Gall, this is the moment. This will define the draft. Are they gonna do it?
I don't know. They're denying the double angel, but there's Lunara. There's Lunara. And again, you gotta deny some of the synergies. I don't understand that Tyrael ban entirely. EDC is one of the lower damage tanks, and paired with a Tyrael who's also not that. I mean, Tyrael's highest damage potential is when he's dead. So generally speaking, it's not something you want to exploit on the regular basis. And Lunara Ariel is just such a strong combination, basically giving infinite hope to Ariel. I mean, your healer has infinite mana, essentially. In this case, it's kind of the equivalent. It's hard to kill anyone Very difficult. So Lunara played well, is going to give Ariel infinite hope. ETC is going to have that peel. Thrall's going to be their solo laner.
Mm.
And they leave their last pick open to be absolutely anything. They have the flexibility to respond to whatever Make North America Great Again picks here.
Something I say whenever Lunar gets picked up in Cavalier, I'd be loath to miss it now. Never trust a big button to smile. That girl is poison. Lunara Thrall going to be the pickup, so no Cho'Gall today. Now, with the Sonya-Johanna pairing, I'm wondering if we could theoretically see Tychus in that last slot for Senix eSports. I don't think that would be the worst choice ever. Quarterback at level 7 will offer them another measure of poke to knock people off of the altars. Tychus shreds front lines. That's exactly what Make North America Great Again has invested in. Brightwing isn't the most burst-centric healer you'd ever see, but now they're going to deny the Tychus potential. Yeah, all right. I like that. I like that.
I like that decision. This means that everyone in Make North America Great Again can have a Mosh interrupt. Li Ming can have Wave of Force. Brightwing can have Poly, plus potentially Emerald Wind. Johanna is Condemned, Blessed Shield. Sonya's Q actually is a micro stun. It will interrupt it as well. And Tychus has that grenade. So, Stage Dive?
Stage dive hype?
I mean, usually we don't see stage dive just because the threat of Mosh is often better than the Mosh itself. You force the team to save short cooldowns in exchange for holding one long cooldown. But on the maps that we've seen stage dive on played in professional play, it's usually Sky Temple or Dragonshire because globals are so highly valued on that map. But Towers of Doom, everyone values globals on Towers of Doom because of the triple ultra phase in particular. And Jaina locked in. No, we're going to see Mosh because that's a Ring of Frost. We're going to try and see the Wombo combo.
True story. I mean, they went right down to the last second, too, almost to the point where I was like, was Jaina just a random pick that kind of fits? Like, they were really debating that one.
Yeah, and we are going to see a cool synergy here, I hope. Lingering Chill at level 1 for Jaina combined with Unfair Advantage at level 13 for Lunara means that anyone who gets caught by both of them together is just going to take so much damage for a full 6 seconds. And then Lunara can add her own slow on by Wing at the end of it, adding another stack. And it gets very, very difficult to deal with. Even Brightwing's sustained healing struggles versus that combination.
And this is why I call Cavalier Guest the Socrates Heroes of the Storm. He knows all these synergies, talents, his bank of knowledge is infinite. I want to see that. That's not a synergy that I personally have seen too often, but it sounds messed up. You're slowed for 6 seconds. Lunara jumps in and capitalizes on that, and you're just like, oh, where'd my health bar go? Why am I dead?
It is. I mean, it is a late game combination, but Towers of Doom, I think, is the map where you're most likely to get into the late game. And when you have heroes that scale better, like Lunara, that's just always going to be a factor.
I'm going to get you in the lobby here now. All right, Super Boss guy. I'm going to try to make sure my production values here. Make sure I got the names right on the match screen. Make North America Great Again is on the right. So let me go ahead and update that.
Apparently we're being told in draft that Raynor was the last pick.
Oh. Oh.
I'm not sure if they mean over Tychus.
Okay. While they're getting that sorted out, I'm gonna make sure my production value is here. Cause I'm good at this. Cause I know what I'm doing. All right. So, make a. See, they got the long name. So I'm just gonna say make NA and leave it at that. Shall we? And then on the left side we got Senix eSports. Now I would imagine this is game 2.
A bit of a debate about who's going to be playing Thrall in character select right now. No, it's Raynor. It's Raynor over Jaina. They opted for no mage in their team comp.
Interesting.
That's not nearly as good. I love Raynor. I love Raynor, but I think the Jaina would have been a much better pickup for them.
Same. Like I said, I was wondering if it was just a random thing that kind of ended up fitting, and they might have been better off just being like, Stick with Jaina.
Jaina would have offered them better wave clear for their 4-man. Lunara and ETC's wave clear, just it's okay. Lunara's wave clear is okay. ETC doesn't have any wave clear at all. And Raynor just doesn't have wave clear. Although if they put him in the 4-man rotation, he will get Seasoned Marksman stacked up very quickly. That can be a factor. Hyperion is a great zoning heroic, which matters on towers just because of the altars phases. I don't know. In crown switching is always something you have to consider when you have an RL. It's better. It's good nice to have one burst hero. You can drop their combo. You switch the crown to them. They drop their combo. You switch the crown back to your sustained damage dealer. So you get more hope more consistently that way. And with 2 sustained damage dealers, Raynor and Lunara, it's like the crown's always going to be Lunara. Lunara is always going to be doing more sustained damage than Raynor because of the way poison spreads. So they're lacking variety in their options. They do have that synergy with Rockstar on ETC, that increased attack speed from his trait for his entire team. But
yeah, I mean, the more I'm sitting there thinking about it, I think they would have been better off with Jaina. That's just me.
100% agree with
But I did ask in the lobby before we started the loading, as you heard, Make North America Great Again came away with the first victory in this set. If they win again, they go on to play Vox and Healy. Hands will be full there. We'll see if Senix eSports can turn this thing around. Force out of game 3. Senix eSports is on the left, so we got Thurendol on Ariel. Danny Boy's playing Thrall. Santa Claus is on Lunara. Whip Whoop is on Raynor, and Redian is on ETC.
For Senix eSports, we have Diamond Neil on Tychus, Aloe on Li Ming, Pleb Joe on Brightwing, Super Boss Guy on Sonya, and Wales with a Z on Johanna.
Let's see what happens. I just keep going back to this Raynor Jaina switch up debacle. I just think that Senix had a better time. Power Slide goes in, lands on 2 members. Focus target on Super Boss Guy. Sonya's not going to be able to get away. First takedown in this early scrap. Ariel, low on health, is able to get away. Had enough hope to do it. Good start for Senix.
It's absolutely erased. And it is worth noting that every kill they get does affect Raynor Seasoned Marksman quest, which he did go at level 1. And in the late game, this double tank is going to melt Giant Killer if they can keep Raynor in range, which with his increased range is not that difficult, and they can peel for him. But with a knockback from Ariel, Detainment Strike, the knockback with Face Melt from ETC, plus the stun, plus Sunder, they're going to have a lot of peel for that Raynor. If they can keep that Raynor safe in the late game, the double tank will melt to him. Let me see. Aggressive rotations coming out here. Actually putting Raynor in the top, Thrall in the bottom, and the rest of the team doing a 3-man rotate. They're keeping mid clear while trying to get the ganks. This is an interesting decision considering they wanted to get that Raynor Seasoned Marksman quest stacked up as early as possible.
One thing that I'm noticing on the side of Make North America Great Again, they don't really have that heavy rotation ganking composition. They don't seem to have the lockdown to really nail that in. You're going to have Condemn the Spear alone. It's not like, a Storm Bolt, Kerrigan combo, Bone Prison from Zool or something like that. So once it's identified, they're just like, all right, well, I'm just going to step back. You're not going to be able to do too much to me.
Yeah, the only thing they really have in terms of a catch mechanic is Condemn into Polymorph, but Polymorph, even though it slows you, does not keep you from moving at all. And the best thing they could offer is Condemn into Polymorph into Grenading, so the hero gets knocked back into the team. But that is usually not going to be enough, especially against a hero like Thrall, who has movement speed increases on his E, or Raynor, who can stand so farther back than any other team. We see an aggressive invade here, trying to get both top altars. Thrall going to be in the bottom lane, dismounting, breaking that rotation, and as a result, this is going to be a 4v3 here at the top momentarily. Johanna and Li Ming desperately trying to rotate up in time, but Senix eSports manages to come away with the double cap despite all that pressure.
I mean, Make North America Great Again have to feel pretty good about that. They committed 2 heroes to the bottom lane to get the bottom one, so effectively they fended off a 4v3 long enough to cap an altar. So it was really 2 heroes out there zoning out 4 members. That could have big implications going later on in the game.
Ooh, interesting level 4 pickup here for Tychus. We do see Master Assassin, the quest talent, picked up. We almost never see that. So much of Tychus' rework is bugged because I'm making his trait better. We almost always see the trait talents. But the Master Assassin does increase the trait, and it also increases his attack speed in Odin form. We're probably going to see Odin here. That long range is going to be used as a zoning option for the altar phases. And it's nice to have Odin when you know when a fight's going to happen because you can pop it beforehand. It has such a long wind-up, you don't ever want to pop it mid-fight. But if you know exactly when a fight's going to happen, you can pop it right beforehand and get a lot of value out of it.
I think this is Odin's best map, all considered. If you need that added poke, if you need that zone pressure, Odin can really do that for you from a safe distance, no less. The members of Senix eSports don't have the most dive really outside of ETC, so Tychus could stand to do some work there. Even on experience, 1 takedown is 0. Kind of a lull in the action. No teams going for siege camps. Just kind of making sure they're soaking, minding P's and Q's. See how they play.
That evenness of experience is just a result of better wave clear from Senix eSports, allowing them to do that rotation. And Suba Bosco actually getting caught up in the top lane here does end up going down. Redian tanks a bunch of tower shots with the body blocks to make that happen, but it's worth it. Worth it. You lose a little bit of health, you get a takedown. It's worthwhile. And Weep Whoop just being a lanor, constantly stacking up his seasoned marksman on these waves.
You're going to have 2 altars show up, 20 seconds. Bottom mid and bottom parts of the map. Level 7 is here, a small window favoring Senix eSports. Danny Boy just making sure they're keeping these lanes pushed up as much as possible. Aloe has a thing or two to say about that. Altars are here. Brightwing will be able to teleport down. The siege camp was picked up after the kill on Sonya down in the bot lane. Got a congregation going on the bottom part of the map. Wales, without any sort of interrupt, is going to be able to come away with this altar. I feel like Senix eSports has to commit more to breaking those sorts of things up.
Yeah, Brightwing Zing in at the last possible second here. After the altar had already been capped, I think she would have preferred to stay in the top lane and continue to get an experience, or catch up an experience for her team. Instead, she does Z in, and they often take a fight. They do get a kill on the ETC because he overextended with that power slide, trying to secure the kill on Diamond Neil. Did manage to get out of there with the Pixie boost from Pleb Joe. And Brightwing actually was essential in turning that fight, so Zing down was a good decision after all. Relentless Soldier also picked up at level 7 for Tychus, helped quite a bit with negating the impact of that power slide, reducing the duration of that stun. And we do see that Splintered Spear combination picked up, but we're not seeing the reduced cooldown talent for Ari at level 7, which is what we almost see to combo with that Lunara. Instead, we're seeing Empathic Link, so we might see the crown on Thrall or ETC more often than we see it on Lunara.
I would imagine that we will, because the other huge element to that last progression in the bot lane, Aloe has been doing work on that Li Ming. Their burst damage has been insane, so I get the reasoning with Empathic Link. If you're going to get your face rocked like that, you may as well get some hope after it. Why not? Level 8 is here for both of these teams. 2 takedowns to 1, almost 6 minutes into the game. Rotation mid, Aloe waiting in the wing, seeing if they can go bowling with those orbs again. I mean, he's been a menace. They have been an absolute menace.
Indeed, they have a lot of self-healing picked up. We do see Ferocious Healing and Laws of Hope picked up for both Johanna and Sonya. To help out that Brightwing sustained healing situation. Brightwing is going for the full trait build, so if they can they have tools that will keep themselves alive. Brightwing will eventually always be able to top them off. Calamity picked up for Li Ming for that additional wave clear, which, I mean, they didn't really even need additional wave clear, to be honest, but they have it. They're going to get even farther ahead in this rotation. 10 going to be picked up for them here momentarily. They're only 1 or 2 minion waves away, and I think that I'd like to see Brightwing stay bottom and soak 10 until that happens. We do see Pleb Joe doing that, and Danny Boy trying to go in on him, but the polymorph Raynor gets erased. Oh my god.
Kobe! I mean, Aloe with the long-range orb and the magic missile securing his fate there. 3-person power slide. Brightwing is here. All hands on deck with heroics. Definitely is going to allow the members of Make North America Great Again throw their weight around. They're going to go ahead and get this altar. The other one's in the top right corner of the map. That one's still up for a debate. Heroics are here for both of these teams. 32-24, though. Pressure's on Senix eSports.
Yeah. 10-10 now. Both teams have heroics. Raynor is alive and coming back in. If they can get the delay, nope. Aloe does get the channel off before that Sunder comes down, and the zoning drill comes out. Aloe's going to just do so much work behind that, and Hyperion comes down, but far too late to be of any effectiveness whatsoever. Blessed Shield for the catch. Aegis is going to help a little bit on Weep Whoop, and he does get the heal afterwards. Weep Whoop is going to be able to get away. Does miss his penetrating round, but he disengages anyway with that movement speed bonus from Revolution Overdrive. And that'll end up being a 1-for-1 for that second fight in that team fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. I feel bad for Danny Boy because he threw out the Sundering to try to interrupt the channel. It's a hair late. But if he had Sundering in that mid lane when Aloe and another member of Make North America Great Again were low, they would have gotten blasted. So that could have been a huge momentum swing for Senix eSports. An opportunity lost, but it's 3 takedowns at 3. They've managed to stay even on experience for the most part. Siege Camp is picked up. We're going to have some pressure put on Pleb Joe. Has to throw out that Emerald Wind to save his face Wales is going to try to help clean out these little pumpkin guys, but one of them's going to make his way across, blow up on the tower. 3 members down here. But look at this, in the top left corner. Whoop, whoop, just barely able to get away. You like that?
That name. Every time we say it, I can't focus on the game anymore. Weep Whoop rotating mid, trying to get a catch on Aloe here. Aloe actually goes in for the aggressive Calamity and trades into Weep Whoop. And this is the major problem with Raynor since his most recent round of nerfs. His health pool is so low, he has to depend on that range to keep himself safe. If he ever gets too close to any of the other big damage dealers, they can just erase him instantaneously with run rotation of their abilities. And they can do it fast enough that his E won't even trigger. Adrenaline Rush will not necessarily save him from the burst because it is a heal over time and not an instant heal.
We're gonna see, but look, I mean, the story so far for this game is well, all right, so Santa Claus does manage to get in there, but it just feels like Make North America Great are just really able to zone these members out. The mosh pit goes down on only 1 member before getting interrupted, but it does its job. Tychus gets erased. You're gonna see the laser go down as well before much value is had, but the support is gone. Oh no, you're gonna see Lunara ETC drop Danny Boy. No, poor Danny Boy. Thrall goes down. Whip whoop. The last person left, he gets deleted. 5 for 2. I'll take it.
I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand about heroics in general. If you can use a heroic to ever secure a kill or deny a kill, it's worth it, even if it's a long cooldown. And Mosh Pit right there secured that kill. It gave Li Ming her first round of resets, and Li Ming after that cleaned up. Did go down in the end to Weep Whoop, but that was an ace. A 2 for 5 for Senix eSports, and that gave Tychus stacks, which is another factor to consider. Even if you're trading evenly on kills, if you have a hero who's building up a massive stack or something, we do see him at 6 out of 15 now for the Master Assassin stack. And passing up Odin, actually, not going to have that synergy. Does go for the Dragon Laser Drill, and that's the stuff. So lots of self-healing now with that attack speed bonus. And we do see Unfair Advantage picked up, but not the synergy we were looking for. They don't have any slows on their team except for Lunara's, not even the 13 slow off of ETC's Face Smelt talent. So not going to be able to trigger that except by herself with her Leaping Strike and her W. So it's not going to give as much value as it would have with Jaina.
I mean, I'm still of the mind that Jaina would have been the way to go. Another talent, level 13, Blinding Flash. I mean, sometimes you have to take what you can get in these team fights, right? Tychus was the first to fall on the side of Make North America Great again in that last progression. But Aloe has been giving them the business with these cooldown resets. It's been insane. You're going to have 3 altars show up. I'm wondering if Senix eSports are going to be able to find a way to get to Li Ming. How do they prioritize this? You're going to have 3 members on the side of Make North America Great again down bottom. Wisp kind of scope them out. Santa Claus is going to rotate up. Sonya's trying to join the party. Plebjo actually used his Emerald Wind to move into Lunara. Leaping Strike pressure is applied, getting a kill there. Another Leaping Strike. Is Lunara getting out of here? Oh no, the Crystal Age is nicely done. Mosh Pit. Super Boss Guy trying to do what he can. You're going to see 2 members go down. This is turned into a bloodbath, CG.
This is an absolute bloodbath. Tychus, Diamond Neil got out with 28 health as he was backing out with that overkill. Does come back in, throws a grenade to help out his team a little bit after tapping. But that ends up being a 2 for 2. The talent to advantage, however, and they're going to win the altars. And Diamond Neil now at 8 stacks out of 15, getting stronger every single fight at this point.
You do see Aloe getting taken out in the top left corner. Diamond Neil trying to do what he can, but whoop, whoop, is going to be able to get away. You're going to see the bottom corner, the bottom altar almost get picked up by Santa Claus, Wales, and Plebjo. Everything or two to say about that. ETC in the top right corner of the map's going to help himself to an altar. Not too bad. Whoop, whoop. And Santa Claus are going to be able to rotate back down here. Plebjo gets knocked back by the Q. Danny Boy is ready to rock and roll, full mana and health. I do think that Plebjo and Wales need to just concede this. You're up 28 to 12. You don't need to stick your neck out like that. Looking at the experience advantage right now for the moment in favor of Make North America Great Again. You're going to have Mirror Ball. Critterize is definitely going to change things. Aloe's already been detonating people with Li Ming. You add 25% on top of that. Uh-oh. You're going to see Blessed Hammer get picked up. jury's out for Tychus. I wonder where he's going.
Almost certain we're going to see armor-piercing rounds from him. We might see Titan Grenade. Senix eSports did try and go for boss there, but Make America Great Again did sniff it out, force them off. Now, even on talent tiers, they did manage to pick that up. We do see Will of Heaven picked up, that increased 20% attack speed. And again, I'm wondering who we're going to see the crown on the majority of the time. It is on Lunara, so they're giving her that additional attack speed to help her stack her poison up faster. Normally, we would see the ability power to increase the value of her trait and get even more hope out of it. That actually does add up to being more hope than the attack speed boost, but maybe we're going to see it switched around quite a bit to the Thrall and the Rainer, which would make a certain amount of sense. Meanwhile, Senix eSports in the bot lane, grabbing the siege camp and just counter pushing the lane, but the top tower wall is gone.
I mean, they're hanging out here. Looks like they are committed to try to at least do a good amount of damage to this top keep. Danny Boy's going to start backing away. I think there's a valid argument for 3 members of Senix eSports to receive that attack speed increase. We saw Thrall pick up the Giant Killer along with Tempest Fury. You give some added attack speed to that, you know that Johanna and Sonya aren't going to be a big fan of that. Rainer enjoys the speed increase as well. Alter is going to be here. Diamond Neil trying to be the first person to get on this altar, almost in there. Reading's got to slide in there. Hyperion is a hair late on getting there. And I mean, this has just been the story, Cavalier. The members of Senix have just not been able to poke the members of Make North America Great Again off these altars.
Nah, and they don't seem to focus on the interrupts. They're focusing on, you know, the people who are zoning them out. And if you get focused on the people who are zoning you, you're doing exactly what they want you to be doing. And generally speaking, if you're doing exactly what the enemy team wants you to be doing, you're not going to be in a good spot. No reason to fight here, but both teams sharking around mid, looking for the fight. Redalon does get dismounted. The Emerald Wind comes out, gets interrupted by the... Ooh, and Brightwing gets erased off of that interruption. Critical interruption there. Very nice play by ETC.
Crystal Aegis, it does interrupt the mosh pit, but keeps him alive.
The anti-synergy, but Li Ming goes down to Lunara Poison. Whales as well. Oh, you barely just... The Poison's gonna come back. No, he does not tap the well in time. Unstoppable wears off, and the Poison does not. That is a kill for Lunara, putting herself up on the board, and no more stacks for Diamond Neil so far. This late game, with this Lunara scaling, everything has started to go in favor of Make North America Great Again.
I mean, every time Lunara goes to the top rope with that leaping strike, Brightwing goes away. We've seen it time and time again. That was a huge fight for Senix eSports. I feel like this is the way for them to get back into the game. They have not been able to poke members off the altar, so why not just start deleting people and then applying pressure on the map? The bottom keep is low on health. This top one's in jeopardy with this siege camp. I see it falling by the time it becomes a huge element. Next altar phase is going to be in the top left and right parts of the map. I do see a momentum swing here happening.
I agree with you, and we're seeing that 16 talent picked up for Lunara, choking Pollen. This is a critical component of this leaping strike build. You leap on someone, you Q them, they're slowed from leaping strike, it's guaranteed to hit, and you do so much burst damage. And that's the critical difference. The Brightwing usually lived through the Lunara's assault prior to that talent. Post 16, we've seen Lunara just erase Brightwing every time, again and again and again. Hyperion coming down for the zoning. They're going to get this altar for free off of that. Radiant eating the orb so that Thorandril can get that channel. And they're just going to rotate over here, get the other cap as well, and everything's going in their favor despite the fact that they started out so far behind. The late game scaling has started to turn in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, the game's not over until your core is at 0%. That's one of the interesting dynamics of this map. You could theoretically have 1 point on your core and still end up coming back. I've seen it personally. You're going to see the siege champ get picked up in the bottom left corner. Can they invade on the bottom right? Whales by themselves, gets knocked off the mount, slowed down, has to burn the iron skin, but the chase continues to go on. The root goes down. If they leaping strike, and they do, they can get this kill on Johanna. They come away with the kill there, staggering out these deaths. That's huge. Orb in the face of Ridian. Best person to do it with ETC. This is going to be a huge push for us in eSports.
Huge push. They're going to get level 20 off of this if they get that fort, and there's no reason they shouldn't. 5, 2, 4. They actually split up. They're sending 2 people to escort the camp, 3 people mid to do that lane clear. They just want to get 20. They're right back down. Johanna burned that iron skin far too early, just using it to avoid the slow, not acknowledging the fact that the root and the stun were still available. And 20 picked up off of that. We do see Shield of Hope picked up. Bolt, Galloping Gate for the escape, 80% movement speed, absolutely insane. Tour Bus for ETC, gonna go for those value mosh pits, and Rainier hiding his level 20 for a little bit. Usually we see Bolt or Nexus Frenzy. I imagine it's gonna be one of those, but maybe we'll see a surprise.
I feel like Bolt of the Storm will give him some more staying power. Nexus Frenzy's not too shabby an idea either. These team fights have been somewhat prolonged in instances. I would go with Bolt of the Storm here, but this is big, man. So the bottom keep gets taken back. The top right one, I love the idea of waiting to have a keep low on health rather than just taking it right away, because the enemy team has a chance to claim it right back. So having those 5 points, this is only a 1 altar game, but I mean, it's anybody's game at this point. It's 10 points to 8 on the core. Altar's going to be here in 6 seconds and counting. Positionally, though, make North America great, stand to have an advantage.
I think seeing is on this altar, they're going to be able to channel it. They have 3 people zoning. They're not going to be able to get there in time, and not rotating down instantly was such a huge mistake. They're going to get a kill. Danny Boy with the aggressive bolt in to guarantee that kill on Li Ming. Brightwing goes down as well, and at this point they can't afford to let them have another altar. It is 5 shots to 10, but if they can get all of the forts down at this point, they're going to be in great shape, because they'll get that 1 shot every 3 to 4 seconds guaranteed. And we do see that Lunara already in the bot lane pushing the lane in. Thrall grabbing the camp. They're going to go for the double camp. They're going to get the bot and try and escort all 6 shots in from the camps to put them ahead, so that they're only 1 altar away from winning the game.
That might be the most costly 3-point altar I've ever seen on Towers of Doom. You successfully zone out the members of Senix eSports. You get the 3-point altar, but then you lose 4 members right after that. This is going to snowball into a critical situation, because you got to go deal with those. You got to deal with the siege camps down bot. You can't let those cross the line. But it's 6-2 right now. Once this middle keep goes down, it's going to be shots on your core. Make North America again is in one of the roughest spots I've seen for Towers of Doom.
They do get top down in time. No free shots from just having all the altars. But now everyone's going to have to rotate bot. They're going to escort these 6 in. They have a lot of tools that will allow that to happen for them. Li Ming combos a little too soon. Actually hits the minion wave. And 4 shots go in. Sonya ends up getting picked off with the Sundering. Very nicely done. Laser for the zone, but Aegis comes down to deny. Radiant so low. Blessed Shield comes down. Raynor ends up getting picked off by that. The burst, again, such a huge issue with this low health pool. And Theroden gets picked off as well. Focusing Diodes picked up at level 20 for Tychus here, and the range on that laser actually so enormous, made such a big difference in that game, or in that fight. And 3 heroes up, 2-4, but 1 altar is all North America Gradient needs to cap, whereas Senix eSports needs to cap both of these to win the game.
This is an interesting spot, and Raynor did go for that Nexus Frenzy at 20. If he had Bolt of the Storm, I think he'd still be up and moving at this point. Polymorph goes down already, and power slides away. Danny Boy, cheeky enough, trying to get the altar here in the bottom mid part of the map. Santa Claus eating a bunch of damage thanks to that Q's the grenade there. No, Bambi does live to fight another day. Poke action from Aloe is going to keep Danny Boy interested. Brightwing was able to pick up this altar. I don't know. This could be game. Radiant has to risk his neck, jumping in deep, eating a bunch of damage to keep this game alive. But Lunara takes the they take the thing back. They get in there. Can they put the damage on Aloe? Aloe's getting shredded by Lunara. Holy crap! I don't know. This is
the mosh.
Oh, the tour bus! We're going for a trip, boys. We're gonna get the tour bus, but I don't think it's gonna be enough.
It is not going to be enough. At the last minute, it became a game of chicken, and Make North America Great Again blinked first.
Man, you want to talk about a dramatic finish. Wow. Make North America Great Again, hanging on after an absolute nail-biter. Anybody's game. But in the end, they are going to be able to take this set 2-0. Go on to face the likes of Vox Nihili. My heart rate would be up. I'm just watching it.